Okay, hello. We're live and now you can actually see stuff, so that's exciting. Welcome back. Behind me about. Okay, we're back. I feel like I shouldn't make too many sudden movements because, yeah. All right, so let me switch this camera on around so that you guys can see the Talos tribe, which will be filing into tribal council now with cheers. That is the peppiest tribal council entrance I've ever heard. And we have Melissa, Fern, Miko, Jazzy, Dave, and Andres filing into tribal council.
Thank you. Thank you, Dave.
Here to help.
Talos, welcome back to Tribal Council. Another one of you will be voted out tonight. Let's talk about last Tribal. Fern, you received 2 votes. How did that make you feel coming in today?
I was aware I was going to receive those votes, so it didn't really stress me out too much.
Okay. Do you want to share as to who those votes were from? I'm sure one was from the eliminated player.
Yeah, I know one was from Brian, and I know the other was from Andres.
Okay, Andres. Was there a reason for the Fern vote, or was there something else in mind?
It was nothing personal. That's what I felt was right at the moment. But yeah, Fern and I got a good friendship going on, so.
About the caller today, did you feel like anything you were doing?
I mean, I wish I could say that I thought that I did really awesome. I think I did good. We got back second. I lost Dave for a minute and I felt bad about that. Usually I'm like very much the loudest person around, but I was between Taylor and Brad, and they were both very loud too. So it was difficult, but I feel like I did a good job and we almost had the puzzle.
You were
that
there.
was so close.
Yes, and you were so close. I even thought it was there. I was looking for that voided moon, and that's what I saw. And that's when I said you guys won. But unfortunately, that wolf was flipped upside down. You were that close. So after that loss, coming into the strategy, what happened? Were you guys going off individually? Were there more groups? Was anyone looking at scenarios and saying, I wish I was part of that conversation? Miko, how was that? How was it after the loss?
Yeah, I mean, losing sucks. There's only 6 of us. There's only so many combinations of people there are to talk to, and I feel like we really went through each of those iterations and talked out what was best for our games at the time. I think that at least I've come to a conclusion what's best for my game. I think that from what everybody else has told me, they have for themselves as well. So it wasn't too stressful, to be honest. Like, I think that um yeah, it was I was fine.
Did anyone hear their name come up in discussion in the last hour? Yeah.
To a point probably 30 minutes ago, we're like, does anyone want to talk anymore? And we're like, we're just going to chill. So we did not talk strategy for the last 30 minutes.
And Dave, is part of that strategy talk contingency plans for the potential of the fundraising advantage being played, when someone's voting out?
Why didn't you tell us about this? Yes, it is.
Yeah, of course. Melissa, how have you been forming into the tribe, fitting in? Have you kind of found your footing? Do you have people that you feel like you can trust and that trust you?
Yeah, I do. I do feel like I've found my people and I've communicated that to them. And I mean, that's really all you can do when you have nowhere to hide. And we'll just see where the cards lay.
So after this vote, what are you hoping comes of it? Strength, unity, trust? Fern, what do you hope comes after this vote?
All three of those things.
Yeah.
I hope winning comes after this vote. I hope that I hope that loyalties stay. So, yeah.
How dare you guys do this to the coolest tribe?
Yeah, how could you?
Look at us.
The live feed must be going insane.
Yeah, it's wild.
Is there anything else anyone wants to add? All right. With that, it is time to vote. Fern, you will go first.
All right, and away they go to start the voting, and away we go to have a little chit chat. And over there, we see our Hunting Grounds players that are able to watch all these tribal councils. Oh my gosh, there's like player stuff over there, and I thought it was like a body of someone laying down. That was terrifying for a second. Okay, so let's head on over and have a little chit chat, have a little tea time. Okay. I think, okay, cool. All right, found the page. Okay, here we are. Welcome back to tea time. It's been too long. Okay. Okay, let me take this in. Okay, so as we saw last round, Talos had two different foursomes with Melissa overlapping in them both. Melissa and Jazzy were both thinking they were the swing vote in their like different groups of 4, and they both ended up swinging, so they, I guess, were right, because they both swung over to the Dave, Miko, and Fern side of the group of 4 alliance, which of course that is a total of 5 names, leaving Andres on the outs of that vote as they discussed in tribal council. I'm told that Andres was being super loyal to Brian, and then potentially did a little bit of damage control back at camp after the fact. Obviously talked about how they let Fern know it was nothing personal, and Fern seemed to be totally fine with it. I'm told Andres was like, hey, Brian had to go, and so kind of tried to do a little damage control. That might not be so sincere, though, on Andres's part, because he does want to vote Fern again at this tribal council, and he does, in fact, think that he is in a majority to do so. So that is interesting. Andres still has his sights set on Fern. Meanwhile, let's talk about Fern. Fern has an idol. They found it at the last tribal council or tribal challenge, and Fern actually told their 4, which to them is Fern, Miko, Dave, and Melissa, about their idol, and they feel that Jazzy is like the 5th person in that group. However, Jazzy feels that Fern is the 5th person in that group, and that the group is actually Jazzy, Melissa, Dave, and Miko. So either way you slice it, Melissa, Dave, and Miko appear to be a solid 3 with either Fern or Jazzy as an alternate. However, Melissa no longer feels that way because she is now a little sketched out by Miko, because something that she told Miko ended up getting back to her. I do not know what that is. I do not know who Miko told who told her, but I know that that's there, and it was enough to cause a little mistrust and side eye. So I don't know that she is necessarily super excited to work with him anymore. But I do know that she's super excited to work with Jazzy, who she does really, really like and is vibing with very well. So that bodes well for Jazzy. Jazzy, despite not being told by Fern about the idol, literally saw Fern get the idol because she was a caller and was not blindfolded and was able to see Fern grab it. So yeah. And then Jazzy, let's see. And then Jazzy also, has been listening to Andres, kind of do the damage control, and is like, maybe he's course correcting a little too much, because I saw his loyalty to Brian, which I was super impressed by and really liked. But now that he's, kind of backtracking so much, maybe I couldn't trust him as much as I wanted to and hoped I could. Reminder that Jazzy and Andres were in a group with Brian and Melissa. So that is going on. Let's see. On the other side of the square triangle situation, Dave, Miko, and Fern do all feel strongly about each other and about the Melissa group. And in a fun development, Dave actually might be feeling like Fern is his number one now. He's really enjoyed getting to know Fern throughout the course of the day. And so his ultimate loyalty last round was to Melissa. It might be shifting towards Fern. And then Miko is just hoping for a simple vote. And, is a little concerned that it might not be, but we shall see. But, who is... Sorry. Oh, okay, yeah. Dave is also hoping for a simple vote of either Andres or Jazzy. So Jazzy also potentially a target this round because Dave feels like it's Miko, Dave, Fern, and Melissa, and then either Jazzy or Andres on the out. So, yeah, that's fun. Okay, and now the votes are about to be revealed. So that is that for tea time. Yes, this is Wild Chaos. I cannot believe this is day 2 of day 5. We are in the pre-merge rounds of this game, and these players are already doing the most. They are bringing the drama. They are bringing the tea to me, which I get to bring to you. So this has been really fun so far. I cannot believe it's only day 2. All right.
If anybody has an advantage or an idol and you want to play it, now will be the time to do so. I'll read the votes. First vote, Fern. Second vote, Andres. Third vote, Andres. That's 2 votes Andres, 1 vote Fern. Fourth vote, Andres. That's 3 votes Andres. Fifth vote, Andres. That is enough. Please bring me your torch.
Sorry, Andres. We love you.
Hugs all around.
Andres, it's now time to find out if you have raised the most money on your tribe. And you have not. I am sorry. The tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go to the hunting grounds. Thank you, Andres.
All right. Andres now gathering his belongings, and we will head on out of the tribal council area with him and get to catch up with him for some
Down to 5 members.
words for the moment. Andres, if you'll just make your way up to this bench right here, you can put your belongings down, have a seat. This is your time. So once you've kind of taken a little moment, this is your time to share anything that you're feeling or thinking with the live stream.
Well, I'm feeling disappointed. I'm completely blindsided. I didn't see that coming. I guess they see me as a big threat, and that's okay, but I'm going to find my way back into the game. That's all I have to say.
I love it. You have made it very far into day 2.
Yeah.
You've played a lot of Can You Survive so far, with, maybe a lot left to play if you
Yes.
come back from hunting grounds.
Fingers crossed.
Would love to hear about maybe a moment you're most proud of about yourself in your time out here.
Probably surviving last night. It got down to, I think it was like 38 degrees. It was very cold. I was not comfortable sleeping on the ground. So, I made it. I have been hungry since yesterday. So, I'm proud of what I did. And I did pretty well in the challenges. So,
Absolutely.
yes.
And is there a favorite moment or a most fun moment you've had out here?
I think the whole experience. I enjoy meeting my tribe mates and playing the games and surviving. So
I love that. Well, before I let you head on over to the hunting grounds, you are playing for a very worthy cause. So this is now your time to shout them out and let the viewers know who you're playing for.
playing for Out From Minnesota, an LGBTQIA plus organization working for a better, society for our community. So shout out to them.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Andres.
Thank you.
I'll hand you off to your handler, Ale, who will take you on over to the hunting grounds. We will see you a little later on. All right. And with that, another double tribal is completed. We already have our next immunity challenge that is completely set up. We are already bringing our tribes back over to compete in them. So we will be back here live in 5. So see you in 5 minutes. Cannot wait to bring you another challenge.